Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be making everything but the bagel bites. So everybody loves appetizers. So in today's video we're making everything but the bagel bites, which is similar to pretzel bites. And we're going to be using fathead dough in today's video. Really simple. It's less than 10 minutes, okay? We're going to be making them in the air fryer. And hey, who doesn't love quick little appetizers, right? And they're keto friendly. So, and they're only just a few ingredients that you probably already have at home. If you are new here, please make sure you hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can be updated every time we drop a video. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're going to take a mixing bowl, one that can go in the microwave, and we're going to add in 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and we're also going to add in about an ounce of cream cheese. And then what we're going to do is we are going to stick this into the microwave for about 2 minutes, do about 30-second intervals. Want the cheese pretty much melted, and then you're going to just mix everything together, and you have to work kind of fast with the fathead dough. So just try to get everything well combined really quickly. And if it starts to get hard, just don't worry. Just go ahead and put everything back into the microwave for 30 more seconds or so until it is melted again. And now you are going to add in half a cup of almond flour to this, and then I'm going to add in also 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 large egg. And then once you have those things combined, you are pretty much done. This is all that fathead dough really is, you guys. So once you have all the ingredients into your bowl, just start mixing it really well until you have everything together. And what you're going to do is mix it until it forms kind of like a dough. And I will show you what it should look like. Okay, and with this dough, it can be pretty sticky, so make sure you put some oil or some water onto your hands. And then what we're going to do is just kind of knead it with our hand a little bit, just to make sure everything is pretty well combined. It is kind of still warm from being in the microwave. So what we're going to do is we're just going to knead it with our hands and make sure that everything is mixed in. There's no, little chunks anywhere, that it's pretty well mixed in. And it is still kind of warm right now, the dough, so that's why I don't really want to touch it that much. But that is pretty much all you're doing, and then you're going to see how it stretches just like regular dough. That is exactly how you want it. Okay, and for me, I'm just going to lay down some parchment paper real quick. I just ripped some off, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like. I'm only going to use it to help the dough not stick to my counter or this cutting board. So lay down some parchment paper just so it doesn't stick to wherever you're working on. And then, what we're going to do is we are going to start to shape our dough. So obviously just start rolling it out, shaping it into like a log, and then we're just going to kind of roll it just a little bit, because what we want to do is we want it to just form like a pretty long log, and that way we can cut our pieces for our bites that we're going to do. Okay, and then you can take a pastry cutter or a knife, but I went ahead and put a little bit of oil on it just to make sure it doesn't stick to the dough, because this dough can be kind of sticky sometimes. So it doesn't have to be perfect. All you're going to do is start cutting up your pieces, and at this point, if you don't want the pieces, and you can make shape this into a pretzel if you want baked an actual pretzel out of it. At this point, you can make it whatever you want. You can sprinkle some kosher salt on it and make pretzel bites. Or you can shape this log into the shape of a pretzel and you can make pretzels. But what we're going to do is the bites, so we're about to stick them into the air fryer. So you can do this before or after you stick them onto the tray. I do have an air fryer with the trays, so I'm going to do it like this, but this will also work if you have an air fryer basket. So what we're going to do is I took about 1 tablespoon of butter and I melted it in the microwave for like 15 to 30 seconds. And then we're just going to brush some butter onto each bite, both sides. You can also use oil if you prefer, or the oil spray. It really doesn't matter, but I just like the butter for this. And so if you have the air fryer with the basket, depending on whatever's easier for you, you might want to put your seasoning on before you place them into your air fryer. So it just depends. I'm just kind of doing it like this so that you guys have a better view, and then I can just grab the tray and pop them in. But basically what we're going to do is, now that they're all on the tray, we are making these everything but the bagel bites, so we're going to sprinkle some everything but the bagel seasoning on this. You can get this at Walmart, at Safeway is where I normally get it, Walmart and Safeway, but they have it at, Trader Joe's, and, they probably have it at most places now. So here you're going to sprinkle on as much or as little as you want. So I want mine kind of heavy seasoned. I'm not going to season the bottom of it. Okay, and now it is ready, and we're going to stick this into the air fryer. Alright, and our bites are done out of the air fryer. We went ahead and cooked them at 325 for about 7 minutes. So that's going to depend on your air fryer. So I would try 325 to 350 and then maybe check them at like 5 minutes or so. And then if you're doing this in the oven, you can do this probably at 400 degrees. And yeah, so it should work in the oven as well. Alright, and now I'm just going to go ahead and grab these and put them all on a plate. As you can see that they are starting to turn a little golden brown on top. That is pretty much how you want them, you guys. Don't burn them, but don't undercook them. So I had set my air fryer for 5 minutes, but they ended up cooking for 7. So 5 to 7 minutes definitely should be okay. I took some cream cheese and I just warmed it up in the microwave to make it a little warm and soft and dippable. Alright guys, so the everything but the bagel bites are done. So let me show you what they look like. Went ahead and brought them in here to show you, okay? So here is what they look like, and it took about 7 minutes in my air fryer. It may be different for yours. Cook them at 325 for 5 to 7 minutes and just watch them. I do have the air fryer that has the trays, so if you have the basket, maybe you want to try like 5 minutes and then check them. But it's gonna depend, for every air fryer anyway. So just make sure you keep an eye on them. And you can sprinkle as much or as little as the everything but the bagel seasoning as you want on there. And hey, if you don't like everything but the bagel seasoning, you can put whatever you want on there. If you want to put just salt, like pretzel bites, then that's it. So these are pretty much universal, so you can just sprinkle some salt on top and they're pretzel bites, okay? But in today's video, we are using everything but the bagel seasoning. So here is what they look like, okay? And then just to show you how they're cooked on both sides, I went ahead and got some cream cheese and I warmed it up in the microwave so it's softened and warm, and that's how we're going to be eating these today, you guys. So we're going to just dip this into the cream cheese. Okay. Yes. These are so good. It tastes just like an everything bagel, except you can either dip it in cream cheese or not, or dip it in whatever you want. That is what we did. So give these a try if you like them, or you know, they're universal, so use them however you want, season them any way that you want, eat them however you want. But if you do like everything but the bagel seasoning and you like cream cheese, definitely give these a try, and I'll see you in the next one.